Poison kills one man, even weapons kill a few, but wrong advice destroys a whole nation. If you poison a man, only one man dies. If you make use of an atom bomb, say a city will be destroyed. But if you give a wrong advice to the administrator, because of the wrong advice, he passes a law by which the whole country will be destroyed. So, in the capacity of a minister, you must be careful not to give a wrong advice. Then, helping your enemies is better than any other virtue. There is a question, which is the greatest punya? Donating to orphanages, building temples, poor feeding. If you keep on mounting up questions, the Shastras say, if you have the broad mind enough to help your enemy whom you have been wanting to die, supposing he is sleeping on the edge of a rock, one more roll he will fall down and die. The normal tendency is, well and good, let him roll and die. God will get rid of one enemy for me. But Vidura says, wake him up. Hey, look at this man. If you roll once more, you will fall down and die. Get up, change your bed. That is the greatest punya. If you hate someone, and if you can help them on some occasion, that is the greatest punya. Maranantani Vairani. There is a Sanskrit proverb. Your hatred towards your enemy must end with death. When Ravana died, Vibhishana fell upon his dead body, started crying. Oh, I have lost my elder brother. I was the cause of his death. Saying so, he cried. Lakshmana tells Rama, you see now what is going on. This fellow came to us, pleaded us that we must kill Ravana. And now after killing that fellow, he cries that killing Ravana is bad. Then Rama says, okay, if you feel that sad for your brother's death, I will also cry. Because Vibhishana is my brother, Ravana is Vibhishana's brother, that means Ravana is my brother too. So let me cry. He started crying. Vibhishana felt very much embarrassed. He said, Swami, what is this? Why do you cry? When you keep crying, how can I be happy? I look upon you as my co-born brother. Formally you said Ravana must be killed, but after his death you feel sorry for that. I am also grieved. At that time Rama says, Maranantani Vairani, all enmity must end up with death. Once Ravana is dead, forget about all enmities. But among us there is a particular caste which is bent upon taking revenge. Supposing there is an enemy against whom he wants to take revenge. He finds him out, he shoots him dead. After the enemy is dead, what he does is, he loads the rifle with 100 bullets and keeps on shooting at the dead body till his anger gets satiated. Some will cut the dead body into 100 pieces till their anger gets satiated. That is animal behavior. So, Vidura says, don't nourish enmity beyond a limit. If you can be good enough to help your enemies, the gods will be happy with you. Sri Vaikunta, the doors of Sri Vaikunta will be open to you. Now, Rama has been a role model in this principle. Well, he came to Ceylon to kill Ravana and get back Sita. Before this Rama-Ravana Yuddha was started, you know what he did? He sent Hanuman, he sent Angadan as messengers. He gave him a message, even if you hand over my wife at this stage, I will forgive you. I will not bear in mind any grudge against you. But Ravana was too bad for that. Such must be the attitude. Vidura, being an incarnation of Yamadharmaraja, he was a very noble man, a soft-hearted, good man, who was ready to forgive all his enemies. You know what happened? After Pandavas died, Vidura went to a forest. He closed his mouth with a big stone so that he will stop eating. He starved himself to death. When Yudhishthira heard about it, Yudhishthira went to Vidura, pleaded him to give up that fasting. He said, Yudhishthira, you are me, I am you. We are from the same source. Yamadharmaraja is your father as well as mine. We must not be that selfish. What we do during our life is we keep nourishing our body with vitamins, with nourishing food. We fatten our bodies. So much so that when the point of death comes, you are not able to die. Your body is that healthy, that resistant. So our elders had it as a discipline to starve yourself to death. That is how great people have faced death. I would like to say that Vidura is a noble character, matchless. If you read the biography of Vidura, you are definitely to have a good role model. You must pick up his good qualities. So I desire that each one of you buys a copy of Viduraniti. It is available with the Giri Traders, Levco Publishers, an original Sanskrit with English translation and translation in local languages. Pardon me? Nobody has published so far Viduraniti. My lectures, you know, while I taught Viduraniti, my son was too young. He was in his school days. He never used to come to my lectures. He didn't record any of my speeches.
This copy we can get. What are you talking about?
This one, yeah. He will upload it in the website. Tomorrow or day after, you can watch this. I told you I have a website named dajoseph.com. It is world famous, and all spiritual seekers visit that site, listen to my audios. You can visit. And the difficulty is, I wrote 2 books on spiritual topics. What happened was, both the 2 books gave me bitter experiences. I burnt my fingers. One book I published entitled Kadavulai Vanangapavan Kaattumarandiya. He is a devoted person, an aborigine, condemning atheism. What happened was, no bookshop would come forward to buy this. They said, if we display in the glass case, atheists will come and stone us. We won't buy and sell. Doordarshan said no. All India Radio said no. No paper would advertise for my sake. They will return the DD. Such was my plight. Just imagine 1,000 copies of this book printed and lying lazy in my cupboard at the cost of selling my wife's jewels. I was depressed. Then, coming to know about this, Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal, he sent for me. He paid the due amount and bought all the books. Then I published a book on these 12 Alvars. Kadavulai Kaattum Kannadi. Nobody would buy. Once again. Then what happened was, this Tridandi Narayana belonging to Andhra, he took those copies, sold 5 editions of that book in America within 1 week. Got them reprinted again and again. He gave the rights of publication to me. And he sent copies of that book to all Tirupati Tirumala Devasthanam Information Center. He got them freely distributed. Recently, one gentleman was kind enough to buy 1,000 copies of this book and give it in place of Tambulam in his marriage, his own 60th centenary. That is how the books were sold. So, Prabhu asks me why you don't release CDs. Releasing CDs is very easy. It is like releasing a film. But how are you going to take back the money? It's a practical question. That's why I don't do it. Now, we have a few more minutes. In this, I would speak about the greatness of Mahabharata. Valmiki Ramayana has no such separate chapters. Valmiki Ramayana is just nothing but a biography of Rama. Perhaps this Bharata Gita is there, you can buy it as a separate book and read. But in Vyasa Bharata, there is Vishnu Sahasranama. I would like to pass a few comments on Vishnu Sahasranama. When Bhishmacharya was shot down by Arjuna's arrows, he fell down. He was lying on the arrows, waiting for Uttarayana to come. At that time, the Pandavas sat surrounding him, asking questions about scriptures. After listening to all his teachings, Yudhishthira asks him one question. My revered sir, grandfather, so far you have been letting out great secrets. But now I have a question. Of all this, which do you consider the best and the most effective? Yes, some mantra which you hold as your pocket secret. I'd like to know from you. Then Bhishma says, Vishnu Sahasranama is the secret of my success. I am an Ajanma Brahmachari. I never got married to anybody. Nobody could defeat me. Even my own Guru Parasurama could not defeat me. Wherever I went, I was victorious. Arjuna could not kill me. Ultimately, Lord Krishna contrived a cunning plan of posting Shikandi. Seeing Shikandi, who was a woman before, Bhishmacharya dropped his bow and arrow. Then Krishna asked Arjuna to hit him. That is how he was killed. Not by bravery, not by straightforwardness. How is it I remained so victorious all these years? Because I chant Vishnu Sahasranama daily. Ko dharmaha paramo dharmaha. Of all the dharmas, which is the greatest? Tell me that. So it was a death confession. On the verge of death, Bhishmacharya came out with this confession. Usually on deathbeds, people don't tell lies.